It is what it is until it's something else. This is something you might hear me saying regularly, especially if you know me well. Acceptance. So accepting that things aren't what you want them to be right now is a really powerful tool. It's the sort of thing that allows you the freedom and flexibility to say, well, okay, this thing sucks right now. It's not going to be this way forever. So if I can just accept that this sucks right this minute in time, I can turn my attention to the things I can actually change right now that will help me move forward. Now, I know that it's a real simplistic way of viewing the world if we're talking about significant trauma and significant adversity. And I don't mean to minimize those experiences in life, but even those experiences in life pass. And what our task in life is all about is figuring out how we can move forward through adversity, move forward with adversity, and focus on the elements of our lives that bring meaning, that we can control, that we can change, that we can do something about. So if you're at a stage of development in your business ownership experience, for example, and you're experiencing let's say you're experiencing some cash flow problems or some revenue problems, and it's making things really difficult right now. And if you're practiced at using that CEO mindset, that mindset that allows you to have that longer term vision, if you're practiced at doing that, you will know that there's a plan, there's a strategic plan moving forward. You will know that there are greener pastures coming, and that this stressful time around revenue, around cash flow, will pass. If you can accept that this is difficult for now, it is what it is for now, but it will pass, it will change. The issue isn't about rolling over and giving up. The issue is, okay, if I can accept this difficult patch, and it's difficult for now, I can also accept that there are some things I can do to change my experience moving forward. So my point here is, instead of getting stuck in the stress of how difficult this situation is, by accepting that it's difficult, by acknowledging and embracing that it's a difficult time, it's like we're saying to ourselves, yeah, okay, this sucks, but what next? This sucks, but what can I do now? So by acceptance and embracing of the difficult times and acknowledgement of the fact that it will pass, that things are transient, everything in life is transient, this will change. By acknowledging and embracing these concepts, we free ourselves up to start looking for solutions. Now, not in a madly panicked way. So acceptance is a little bit like grace and dignity. It's a little bit like saying, okay, some elements of this I can't control. Some elements, there must be some elements here that I am in control of, or I do have the potential to change. Let's focus on those elements for now. So acceptance is a really powerful concept. Acceptance is where we acknowledge what's going on around us from a place of calm. So instead of focusing on the panic feelings, instead of focusing on how awful we feel about a situation, we're accepting that the difficulty we face right now is just what it is. It is what it is until it's something else. So acknowledging transience, acknowledging adversity, giving it the appropriate respect, but also finding a level of calm within that so that you can see the wood for the trees, so that you can start to identify what is my next step. Because otherwise, what's your alternative? Your alternative is to stay stuck here with stress and chaos and fighting against the feeling of stress that so much that you can't see what else is going on around you. You can't see the path through the forest. You can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. So for me, acceptance is a really, really important strategy for managing the stress and overwhelm of business. So I can think of examples like staffing. So you've invested a lot of time and effort into a particular staff member. You've really loved working alongside them. You have a vision for their role in your business in the future. And then they tell you that they're leaving for whatever reason. The reason doesn't matter, but they're leaving. They're moving on. Now, you can get stuck in the sadness, the feelings of unhappiness or even anger about how much you've invested in them, and now they're taking all that investment and going elsewhere with it. You can get stuck in those feelings, or you can accept that this is part of business. Staffing changes will happen. It is what it is. It is the nature of the beast. Your job as a leader is to accept that with good grace, to learn from it. Is there something for you to learn from that experience? And what is your next step? Your job is to identify your next step. But the first step in that process is to accept this reality. The reality is this person is moving on. The reality is you invested a lot of time and effort in them, and they're taking that knowledge and they're going to use that somewhere else. But do you know what else? The next person you hire might be bringing knowledge from somewhere else too. It's a transfer of knowledge, and it's part of the wheels turning in business. It's not a personal attack on you, unless you actually have done something wrong that has sent this person packing. So acceptance is the first step. It helps us reduce our stress levels. It helps us see a way through the overwhelm. It helps us focus on what is strategic and what is in the best interest of our business, our team, ourselves, our families. Because of course, as a business owner, the calmer and less stressed you are about running your business, the more energy you've got for your family, your friends, your pets, and the rest of your life. It's about being more rounded in your overall approach to life and business, because we can't separate business from life, can we? Your business is part of who you are, and you are part of your whole family and your whole friendship network. It's all interconnected. So when we are functioning well in business, we are going to bring that energy into the rest of our lives, right? So think about acceptance as a tool, as a strategy, but also as a state of being. If you can find a way of practicing acceptance in your everyday life, when the dog is barking when you're doing a live stream, I can't change that. It just is what it is. It doesn't change the fact that I'm sharing a particular message with you. That's the point of this, right? The point is focus on the important element, focus on the overall picture, because that is what is key, not the bump in the road. So, have a think about strategies that you might utilize on a day-to-day basis that help you practice acceptance, that help you learn to sit with the things that you can't control, sit with the things that you can't change. Be okay with them existing in your life and in your business. The things you can't or don't have any power over, that's the stuff we need to learn to just be present with, knowing that they will pass and knowing that there will be elements of a stressful situation that you can control. And they're the things to put your energy into, not the stuff that's you've got no agency over. Have a great day.